Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming and today's game review. Today we're going to be reviewing Mage Knight Apocalypse. I finished the game. Wasn't too bad. We had 6 shutdowns, 2 hard freezes, 1 freeze, so 6, 7, 8, 9 shutdowns altogether through the course of the game. The game itself is only 23 hours long for me to get through it from beginning to end. So it basically shut down on the average of every couple of hours. It would shut down on me. It's not exactly how it worked out, but that's pretty close. The game itself, I think, was meant to be played in a loop. Meaning once you finish the game, you start it again. You finish the game, you start it again. Truly, there was nothing within this game that I really liked about it. The gameplay itself wasn't horrible. I mean, the way that they designed it, it was impossible to lose. So that wasn't it wasn't something that I had to deal with. There was no way to lose the game. There was no way to actually die and have to restart or anything to that effect. Every time you come near a save crystal, it would auto-save, and then you could save yourself as well. If the game killed you, however much damage you had done would stay that way until you return to the area to finish whatever it was that killed you. Random loot, so you never knew what you were going to get, and you very seldom ever got anything that was useful. Through my entire playthrough, I only found one item that I could use that I felt was useful out of all the items I picked up. I did actually create quite a bit of fan fiction for this game. And I think that was to help me get through it the first time I played it. Because the story, there just wasn't much of a story there. It was pretty basic. Not much to it. Wasn't any intrigue or, there wasn't any really twists or turns to what was going on. It was all very basic and laid out. So I guess, kind of what I imagined, again, this is total fan fiction, is that the Sylvani are actually the evolved forms of the world dragon, or the earth shatter, or whatever you want to call it. And it's the end of the game that gave me that way of looking at it. They're all a different color. All the aspects are a different color. All the crystals of power are of a different color. And you had to mix them in order to create the quote-unquote neutral magic needed to shut down the world dragon. And in this case, that neutral color happened to be blue, which is the same color as your Sylvani that you're, taking orders from, basically. And all of them take the egg that he sealed with his power, and they'll take care of it and keep it safe. Well, my thoughts on that is that what's in that egg is actually the blue Sylvani. And he'll be born at some point. They can control time, so time isn't truly an issue for them. And they can control space, so space isn't much of an issue either. It just, it struck me as something that beings like this could pull off. Especially in a world as, shall we say, primitive as the one they are on. They can adjust history to obscure or hide what they truly are. And they collect, in each age, they collect warriors to defeat the World Dragon or the Earth Shatter, whatever you want to call it. And my fan fiction of that was each time they'd done this, it was a different color. And each time they had done this, a new Savani was born. And I'm sure they tell every age or generation that has to, conquer this threat, that they have, done the world a good service, and, the future is protected, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So that's the kind of fan fiction that I made up for this kind of game. And it was basically just to kind of give me reason to continue playing. Because it's not like as you play through the story 4 or 5 times that it reveals anything new. At least none of the times I did. And like I said, truly I don't think this game was really even intended in that respect to be a single player game. I truly think and still think that this is a prototype for a free-to-play online RPG that was monetized heavily. One of these days, I kind of hope in that respect, or maybe somebody will tell me, because I really don't play online MMOs or anything of that sort. But one of these days I would like to find out what this game was actually turned into. Online, that is. Hold on a second. But I may never figure out what game this was turned into. But if anybody's played the online game that it was, and they see this playthrough, they'll know exactly what game it is. Surely. I will start the upload of this playthrough in that respect here in about a month. It's not too long from now. Truly. 9. We're getting there. 2, 1. So, looks like I'm going to be starting the upload on this on 9/15. Like I said, there's 23 hours to it. So, 23 days. An hour a day, basically. I'm sure that's not perfect. I mean, some of them are kind of short, so maybe 20 hours of gameplay. 20, 23 hours, somewhere around there. So on 10/9, I'll be uploading the last day of it, I guess, is a way of putting that. I've had an issue here recently with my Steam Deck, where it's been getting odd information. Not that that has anything to do with you guys or even this review. It just started doing it again, so I noticed it. But regardless, Mage Knight Apocalypse. if you can get through the first game or the first playthrough, and you, like myself, feel the need to play it a few more times to maybe um, upgrade your stats to wear whatever unique um, armor or items you found along your game, along the way in your gameplay. Um, it's not, like I said, it's not a horrible game. I rated it, basically as a 4. It's not a great game. Truly, I couldn't play more than about 30 minutes to an hour of it at a time without it completely irritating the heck out of me. There was just a lot of mechanics within it that truly don't belong in a single player game. And as a result, that kind of irritated me a lot. And by the time I got to the end of the game, I didn't even care about the items anymore. I didn't even try to pick them up. I think I had like somewhere between $2 million and $4 million. There was nothing that the game could sell me that I couldn't afford. So you could say that the economy within the game is completely broken by the time you get to the end of the game. In the beginning of the game, it's pretty, I guess it's about right. I mean, I completely drained my cash reserves upgrading my armor and accessories the first time. And I basically, cleared it out the second time too. But once you get about halfway through the game, maybe a little more, the economy system becomes truly broken. And I think that's at the point that you're supposed to be looking for unique hardware. The problem with that is the random loot system. I mean, you could look for unique hardware and accessories all you want, but because it's a random loot system, you may never find anything that's useful. You may have to play the game 2 or 3 times all the way through to find anything that's useful. Which is why that system is truly nothing but an irritation when it comes to a single player game. It's not there to enhance your gameplay enjoyment in any way. So I guess that's my rant for the day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of yours.